Let's hear.
Yeah.
An incredibly difficult thing to do is to come in on the road and pick up a win like that. What did you see right away, or was it right away that your team was doing that allowed them to get that win?
Well, like we talked about beforehand, I love the rhythm of the week for us. I really did. We had, we kept playing in a rhythm, coming off a really meaningful game, so we knew what the intensity, the application was going to need to be, and we were focused right from the get-go. I really liked what, and alternatively, they looked a little rusty, as you would expect when they're off for a week. So I think, and in many ways, the game tightened up. That lead and the way we started is pretty much what won the game for us.
Carl has 29 and 13 after a tough Tuesday night. What enabled him to deliver this kind of performance tonight, and when did you kind of sense that, okay, he's got it, he's got it rolling again?
He's a great player, and that's what enabled him to deliver the performance. I wasn't worried at all. There was a lot of things that you could cross your mind. I was not worried about Cat's ability to bounce back and perform at all NBA level. He's a franchise star. There hadn't been many nights like he had Tuesday, so it wasn't like it was some sort of pattern or anything like this. And that's why you have a team. Other guys stepped up, but he came out with the mindset to be super aggressive, and I love the way he really rebounded. That's what I really loved about how he patrolled the paint defensively.
With Ant, how did you see him kind of command the defense out there with his playmaking tonight?
Ant's in a real great groove right now. Everything he's doing is really definitive. He's being sharp. He's getting into his stuff quick. He's making the right reads more often than not, and he's really confident in his shot.
Especially in the fourth quarter, some of the defense he played on Morant, and then the corner three to kind of seal it. It seemed like he had a tough start, but anything you said to him as the game went on?
No, not at all. Just, we love what he was doing out there, even though he battled through some early foul trouble. We talk about it all the time. He just finds a way. Got the offensive stick back at the end of the shot clock, which was huge. You got the corner three. He had the little flash to the elbow. We need those filler points in our offense, and he just finds them, which is invaluable to us.
I feel like you guys were just a step quicker all night. It seemed like many of the loose balls were yours.
Yeah, I think maybe that's, again, it's tough to sit for a week at this time of the season. It just really is. I'm sure, we'll see a different Memphis come whenever we play next. I don't know when that is. Tuesday, I guess. So, yeah.
With a lot of times we see young players get a first playoff experience and then come back the next season and have made another jump. But do you feel like Ant is maybe using this experience to take a jump right now?
Possibly. Maybe he gets to take a jump next year too. I don't know. But he's locked in, and sometimes his concentration goes in and out, or through the regular season. But he's, we've always talked about his sense of the moment, his sense of timing, and his ability to raise his game, and maybe that's what we're seeing.
Playoffs. Making tough shots is so big, right? For his ability to create space and then make those tough shots is just a huge part of being able to get you guys over the hump in those stretches. Yeah,
absolutely. Got the ability to rise up and just knock one down, and he's in a good groove when he does that. I do like the fact that he's mixing in attacking and shooting as well, and playmaking is also good. He had 6 assists tonight. He's playing a real complete game, and that's not even talking about the defense. I thought he was really good on Morant when he had the chances to be on him too.
Ja got into the paint like he always does against everyone. Did you guys want to just really kind of focus on making sure you limit his options, to the perimeter and contest? And
not really. We wanted to keep him out of the paint way more than we did. Obviously went to the line far too many times. He's a handful. They were getting there early in transition, a lot of them, particularly in the first half. Something we talked about at halftime, and we were able to kind of cut off a little bit of those. So in half court it was a little tougher for him.
Oftentimes against your defensive coverage, when you bring Cat up, teams seem to go east-west against that with the ball handler. It seemed like they were sending the screen on the inside to attack the middle there.
Yeah.
What did that present, and how are you able to?
Well, he was trying to split a lot of pick and rolls, particularly early, and he's very, very good at it. So we just had to be a little tighter on our coverages, a little bit more locked in, and then just kind of read the ball handler.
By not spraying everywhere, do you think that helped you be able to rebound?
Probably kept us a little bit out. I mean, it's really rebounding with these guys is about just being able to hit first, more than anything else. I mean, they're so great on the glass, and they're so physical, and they come from everywhere in every position. So
When your shot's falling, especially early, it's easy to say you have a sense of the moment, but it does seem like Ant is making the right decisions, shot or not shot, pass, when to pass. Is this something that is a groove, do you think, or do you think this is just a growing maturity that is, more durable than a groove?
I like to think it's a growing maturity. I've seen a lot of looks all season long, and think he's comfortable with a lot more things that he's seeing out there. And I think that a lot of it is just he's just going quicker. He's just doing everything like he's not holding and he's not surveying as much. He's going, and that's a sign of like really trusting your own talent.
And yet he's fine dropping out of being like the dominant guy for 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean
he's not capitalizing necessarily on being in a hot streak.
Yeah, for sure. Like his ISO game dried up a little bit. We needed some action. We had to go away from him, and he was fine. He's perfectly fine with that. He plays so hard offensively a lot of times. Exerts a lot of energy. So it's tough to play like that every time with the ball in your hands. Plus, we got some other gifted offensive players we want to try to get the ball to too.
Talked about playoff gears and finding new ones, and some teams knowing the playoffs are coming and then turning it up. Then,
yeah.
Do you think Ant is maybe just switched on a different gear?
Let's just see what he does over the long haul. He's had 2 really good games. I know we'll be locked in. Can't get bored. Can't get bored. So.
Any other questions? Yeah, go on.
For Ant, was attacking Adams on the drop something that you guys identified before the series?
Well, we always want to be aggressive, whatever coverage you're in. We always try to get to the paint, get downhill as much as possible, compromise the defense. We saw a lot of different looks out there, so just trying to figure out how to be most aggressive in all those things was actually key. And guys did a good job of adjusting offensively through the course of the game.
That was Timberwolves head coach Chris Finch. John Morant started the game 5 for 5.